Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Bryan Arts and Education Auditorium. My name is Simul, and I'm the Director of Orchestras here at Bryan City Schools. And today we are going to be featuring two of our younger orchestras, our 6th grade and 7th grade orchestras. This is year 2 and year 3 of them learning their instruments, and they have all done a really fantastic job putting this concert together. Before you begin the music, though, there are two brief announcements that need to be given. The first is going to be given by one of the members of our Music Boosters, which helps support all arts and music going on in our school system, whether it's orchestra, band, and choir. The second announcement will be from Jeff, who is going to be kickstarting our orchestra mattress fundraiser. This is the second year that we've been doing it, and he's going to explain all of those things. So first and foremost, I'd like to call up Angie, and she's going to talk about the boosters.
Hi all, my name's Angie Burton. My son Henry plays in the high school orchestra, but he has played since 5th grade, much like most of your students. As a music booster, I have found that it's just a great organization. Any money that you donate goes directly back to the students and to the programs. It's beneficial if your student needs private lessons or if there's a special concert that they want to participate in or an event that they want to participate in. The music boosters are able to assist in that. In your program, at the back, there is an application for the music boosters. If you're interested in making a donation, that would be the form. If you're interested in being a booster, we encourage everybody to become involved. It really is a lot of fun, and it's just a neat way to help the programs to continue to succeed as much as they have. I played when I was in high school, and I just think that our school system has a really great program. So I would encourage you all to consider. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? So, pretty confident none of you actually came here today to listen to me, so I will respect that, and I will be very brief. But I did want to talk to you a little bit about the mattress fundraiser, which, as Mr. Simul said, this is the second year we've done it in a row. This is actually the 6th year we've done it here at Bryan, but there was a little bit of a hiatus. So last year, Orchestra picked it up. I think at one point it might have been band as well. But this would be the second year in a row for Orchestra. So I wanted to tell you just a little bit, for those of you that may not know about it, how it works, how it benefits the program, how you all can participate in that sort of thing, but I will do that very briefly. So again, my name's Jeff. I'm with Custom Fundraising Solutions, and this mattress fundraiser concept has actually existed for 20 years. Started in Cleveland. It's now a nationwide phenomenon, if you will. We have about 75 or 80 franchises across the country, and all we do is this mattress fundraiser in schools. We've worked with every type of school program you can imagine, from athletics to orchestra to marching band. We did an event out in the Pittsburgh area yesterday for a speech and debate team. So any program in a school that needs money, which is all of them, we've basically held a fundraiser for, a mattress fundraiser for. And to date, we have raised over $70 million for those school programs across the country. So it's a very effective way to raise money. And the obvious reason for that is mattresses are one of those rare products that everybody needs at some point. Everybody will buy one, probably more than one, throughout the course of their lives, so it is a product that everybody needs. And unlike most fundraisers, ours is not just a product that everybody needs. Unlike cookie dough and wrapping paper and cheesy popcorn, as much as we like that stuff, we don't necessarily need it. With those fundraisers, you tend, as a consumer, you tend to have to overspend for a product that you don't necessarily want or need. The mattress fundraiser is different in the sense that it is a product that you need, even if it's not this year, it will be at some point. And because we are setting up in your cafeteria and we don't have retail stores, that means we don't have that retail rent or that overhead associated with the retail rent. And we don't have a big marketing budget. Those are two big expenses for retail outlets that we don't have. And so we can offer our product for significantly less than most retail stores. And that's not to say the product is any different. We sell brands like Purple and Beauty Rest, and Helix, and Therapeutic, just to name a few. These are all name brand, American-made mattresses with full factory warranties. I always feel compelled to say these are new mattresses. People have actually asked me, are these used mattresses? They are not, they're brand new. You're not buying somebody else's used mattress. And they're actually made to order. You don't even have to bring your truck with you on the day of the sale or your van. We actually order the product after the sale, and the manufacturers can ship them directly to you, because most of these mattresses now, when they build them, are rolled and they're compressed and they're put into a box, so it makes it much easier to ship. So it's a very simple process. It's one day only, and this year we're having the sale on November 1st. And as I said, it's going to be in the high school cafeteria. The sale runs from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. It's a one day only sale. And here's how the whole process works. All of you, the way you can kind of participate, the obvious way is, if any of you need a mattress, stop by on November 1st, see what we have to offer. You will see a full showroom consisting of about 30 beds, all different price points. I've mentioned the brands already. So we have somebody for virtually every price range, or something rather, for virtually every price range. Available in every size, obviously. And as I said, made to order, and in 2 to 3 weeks or so, you have your new mattress. Now, if you don't need a new mattress, we are not expecting anybody, just out of the goodness of their hearts, to buy a mattress. I don't know how many of you have shopped for a mattress recently, but these are not inexpensive products. There's obviously a broad price range, but they're not inexpensive products. It's not like cookie dough where you're going to spend $25 just to support the program. This is different, and we realize that. So if you're not in the market for a new mattress, you can still help the program by talking about the fundraiser. This thing succeeds because of word of mouth, or what we call a personal referral. That is somebody that comes to the sale because they heard about it either from these students or from some of you, because you've talked about it, you told people that it's happening and it's to support the orchestra. That personal referral is responsible for about 90% of the mattresses that we sell at every event that we do. Social media is great, all of that stuff works, we all use it, it has its place, but as it relates to getting the word out about this sale, it comes from personal referrals. The students talking to their family, their parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles. All of you talking to friends and family, maybe coworkers as well, and just letting them know this is happening. And the end result is essentially the program, the orchestra in this case, will receive a check that comes out to be about 40% of the net proceeds from the sale. So obviously after the sale, we've got this gross dollar amount. We then have to purchase the product from the manufacturers, pay our staff and so forth. What's left over would be considered the net. About 40% of that goes right back to the program, in this case the orchestra. I don't remember specifically, but my recollection is last year the orchestra made several $1,000s as a result of this one-day fundraiser. The biggest one that we've ever had was just this year. It was a marching band program in the Canton, Ohio area, and they made $15,200 as a result of their one-day mattress sale. So they had a very successful event. They also have a huge band, but that's just a kind of context to how successful this fundraiser can be. Lastly, we also incentivize the students to get the word out and try to produce these referrals that come to the sale to purchase a mattress, and we do that by offering them $25 Amazon gift cards for every referral that they produce that comes in and buys a mattress. For those of you that maybe picked up a program outside, inside of that is one of these little flyers. If you didn't grab a program, there's a stack of these outside also. You can grab one on your way out. But at the bottom of that, there's a blank line. That would be where your student puts his or her name. They can make photocopies of this, hand out as many as they want. But when people come to the sale then and present this flyer, we know who is responsible for that referral. We keep track of that information, and then we send those gift cards along with what we hope is a really big check for the orchestra about a week or so after the conclusion of the sale. So $25 Amazon gift cards, that is for the first 2 mattress referrals. So grandma and grandpa buy a bed, that student gets a $25 gift card. Mom and dad buy a bed, that student gets another $25 gift card. Every referral after that uses that same student's name is a $50 Amazon gift card. And real quick, to put that into context, $2,000 is the most Amazon gift card money that a student made. They got very lucky, admittedly. This is an uncommon occurrence, but that student happened to have a connection with somebody that worked at a rehab facility, and that facility ended up buying, obviously, multiple mattresses, and as a result, that student made $2,000 in Amazon gift cards. So we try to incentivize the kids to get the word out. Hopefully all of you will participate also simply by talking about it, spreading the word to everybody you know. We had a very successful year last year. We're hoping to do even better this year, and that all starts by everybody kind of participating and simply talking about it. This program costs the orchestra nothing. They don't pay a dime to host this event. We bring all the staff, we bring all the product, we sell all the product, we collect all the money, we even deliver the product when necessary. So real quick, in addition to mattresses, we also sell pillows and sheets and mattress protectors, adjustable bed frames, non-adjustable bed frames, box springs, anything you can imagine. The referrals that I spoke of, the gift card referrals, those are for mattresses only, just so there's no confusion. But we do sell some of that ancillary product too. Should you need something like that and still want to support the program but don't need a mattress, every purchase does benefit the orchestra, so if you need some of that other stuff, certainly feel free to stop by and you can still help the program as a result. So November 1st, 10 to 4, high school cafeteria. Tell all your friends. And if you have any questions at all, you can certainly contact Mr. Simul. He can get in touch with me. But most of the information you'll need is on this flyer. And I appreciate your time. Hopefully I was quick enough. Enjoy this concert. Thanks so much, everybody.
And without further ado, the 6th grade orchestra.
Good afternoon. My name is Alessa and I play the violin in the 6th grade orchestra. Welcome to our fall concert. Since our last concert in May, we have been focusing on expanding our skills on our instruments. One way we do that is through how we use our bow. We start off our concert with a G major scale, played using a slur, meaning we connect two notes together in the same bow stroke. Enjoy.
Hello, my name is Austin and I play the viola in the 6th grade orchestra. Our second piece is a classical piece written by Beethoven called Ode to Joy. Beethoven wrote this piece while deaf. He was losing his hearing due to a disease. The familiar melody is beautiful and is one of the most well-known pieces ever written. Listen to our orchestra as we match note lengths and balance our volume levels to make sure the melody is heard the entire time. Here's Ode to Joy.
Hello, my name is Colton and I play the viola in the 6th grade orchestra. Next we will be performing a piece called Spy Rock. It is mysterious and spooky, written in the dark key of E minor. Watch as we switch between bowing and pizzicato and use a special technique called a bow lift to make sure we never run out of bow. To conduct this piece, we would like to introduce Mr. Alex, who plays violin in the high school orchestra. He has worked with us every day and is doing a great job teaching us. Hope you enjoy the thrilling Spy Rock.
We're going to give the 7th grade orchestra just a moment to get out of the auditorium before I hand the microphone off to the next student. Just as a reminder, 7th graders, solo, duos, and trios, you are going to meet in the wings after the curtains close and the 6th grade is done.
Hello, my name is Sarah and I play the viola in the 6th grade orchestra. Our last piece is called Stand Up, Sit Down, Rock, Rock, Rock. The piece starts off slowly with the most beautiful harmonies we have ever played. The chords are rich and full sounding. Then, out of nowhere, the style changes with a fast tempo and rockin' rhythms. Watch as we move and groove. We love practicing this one. Here is Stand Up, Sit Down, Rock, Rock, Rock.
At this moment, we are going to transition to the middle portion of our concert, which is where we feature students who have put in additional practice outside of the classroom during their study hall, after school, at each other's houses, to perform some additional special numbers to you. So the curtains are going to close, and sixth graders that are playing a solo, duo, or trio, head and wait over in the wings. If you are not, walk down the stairs, drop your instruments off underneath the stage, and take a seat. Performing a viola duet, we have Sarah and Austin performing Sailor Song. Up next, we have Colton performing a viola solo, performing the 1954 original theme to Godzilla. Up next, performing Across the Field, the OSU fight song, we have Jackson on the upright bass. Up next, we have a string quartet featuring some of Bryan's best future baseball players. Here is Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And as they get set up, I forgot to share the names of the four musicians that had just played Take Me Out to the Ball Game. That was Truman, Grayson, Gavin, and Easton. Up next, we have Laura and Samantha performing a new song called Alice by the artist Peggy. Up next, the theme from Harry Potter. Here's Hedwig's theme performed by Adley, Emma, and Hazel. Up next, from The Greatest Showman, this is A Million Dreams, performed by Andrea and Paisley. For our final solo of the evening, we have Lila Stanley performing Gavotte. It's a violin solo, and Mrs. Miller-Potts will be accompanying her on the piano. the 60 Seconds, who will be opening the curtains once more and concluding our program with the 7th grade string orchestra. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ava and I play the violin in the 7th grade orchestra. We start our program with a piece called Miniature Symphony. It is based on the traditional classical symphony with 4 distinct sections called movements. Each movement has its own mood and style. We start with a cheerful waltz, then a slow lullaby, followed by a happy march, and concluding with an angry and fiery cannon, where the different instruments battle back and forth with each other, playing the exact same notes and rhythms. We hope you enjoy Miniature Symphony.
name's Abby, and I play the viola in the 7th grade orchestra. Our second piece is called The Red Lion. It has a relentless, energetic pulse from beginning to end. The adventurous melody is passed from the violins and violas over the cellos and bass. The piece is written in D minor scale, so we spent time carefully tuning our F naturals and C naturals. What is a red lion, you might ask? No idea. Enjoy the music.
Hello, my name is Macy and I play the cello in the 7th grade orchestra. Our third piece tells the story of a ninja on the loose in the orchestra. You can hear him tiptoe around at the beginning as the strings pizzicato. By the middle, the ninja is practicing all kinds of fancy kicks and moves, shown by powerful accents with the bow. At the end of the piece, the ninja retreats into the shadows again with a return to the tiptoe pizzicato sound before suddenly at the end he jumps out for a surprise attack. Watch out, it's time for ninja.
thunderstorm has not been very good to our instruments. They do not like the humidity. So I had to quickly fix that before we continue.
Hello, my name is Emma Thompson, and I play the violin in the 7th grade orchestra. Our last piece is called Gargoyles. For this piece, we split the violin section into two groups, violin funk and violin shui. This allows us to create extra harmony and give more melodies for different people. Gargoyles starts off with two violin sections and a eugen. Driving 8-note rhythm as they play, they begin breaking off from each other, sometimes creating a beautiful blend of notes, or creating a dissonant clash. As the tension builds, the violas, cellos, and basses interject with bursts of melody. While we play, imagine a Halloween night as once frozen gargoyle statue come to life and start flying around Bryan, creating chaos in the chilly October air. Thank you for coming to our concert and enjoy Gargoyles!
concludes our concert for this afternoon. Thank you all so much for coming. Have a wonderful evening.